sometimes when a sign is showing up over and over, it's one that you're like, no, I'm gonna ignore that sign. I'm not. I I see it showing up over and over again. I'm not gonna go look it up. I'm gonna kind of ignore it and wanting it to just sort of like eh, fade off into the background, and that's not a sign. I'm gonna ignore that sign. My sign's gonna be a different sign. So that is what is going on for me with owl. I have been ignoring this sign. This has been showing up for months. Owls are everywhere. My husband gets on Facebook and scrolls on his phone, which kind of makes me insane. And there are owl pictures on there everywhere. It's like he'll send me different ones, he'll message me different pictures of owls. I've not gone to look it up. I already know of owl as a personal symbol, and I have real mixed feelings about owl showing up. And I've been ignoring it. And I've even been noticing it when we're watching other YouTube videos. It'll be someone's reading off of like a news article or whatever, and their owls are showing up on their pages. It's like it's it's everywhere. It seems possibly to be in the consciousness of the world at a level that is bigger than a personal symbol for me. So last night I was drawing on my iPad on Procreate, working on a background for a piece of art so that I could upload it onto my Redbubble shop, and I wanted to put a flying bird in the middle of this background scene that I created. So I went onto Canva to look at different I just typed in flying bird, and it was the first bird that came up was the owl. Oh geez, like, okay, it's supposed to be an owl, so I put an owl in the middle of this piece of art, which is what I'm going to use. It's um on the cover of this video, and I'll stick it up on this slide. So this morning I'm like, okay, I'm making videos about signs. There's a number of different signs that are showing up for me right now. I just made a video about the number 127 that I'm going to post because that keeps coming up. And owl is coming up in a big way. So let's get into it. And at the end, stay tuned to the end. I'll talk about the mineral and the energy center and the element that goes with owl, and I might fill in a little bit of my own story about why owl is I've mixed feelings about owl as a symbol. So let's start with, I'm going to read just a little bit from the medicine cards on owl. Owl is card number 21. It is deception. Owl medicine is symbolically associated with clairvoyance, astral projection, and magic, both black and white. Owl is also called night eagle on several medicine wheels used by American Indian teachers. Traditionally, owl sits in the east, the place of illumination. Since time immemorial, humanity has been afraid of the night, the dark, and the unseen, waiting fearfully for the first crack of morning light. Conversely, night is owl's friend. I'm going to scan this a little bit, not read the entire thing, but basically, owl is oftentimes the medicine of sorcerers and witches. If owl is your medicine, you will be drawn to magical practices and perhaps explore the dark arts. You should resist any temptation to practice black magic or any other art that takes energy away from another person. If you have owl medicine, these night birds will have a tendency to collect around you, even in the daytime, because they recognize a kinship with you. Um, Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, always had a companion owl on her shoulder. Owl had the ability to light up Athena's blind side, enabling her to speak the whole truth as opposed to only half the truth. If owl is your personal medicine, no one can deceive you about what they are doing, no matter how they try to disguise or hide it from you. You may be a little frightening to be around, since so many people have ulterior motives, which you see right through. If you are unaware of your medicine power, you may take your keen insights and abilities for granted. Others never do. You may frighten them and reflect their blindness, for you cannot be fooled. Owl medicine people know more about an individual's inner life than that person knows about herself or himself. And then in animal speak, owl is mystery, magic, omens, silent wisdom, and vision in the night. No bird has as much myth and mystery surrounding it as the owl. Most perceptions of it are confused. It is not unusual to get a contrary opinion of owl. It has an ancient aura and mystery about it. Part of this is because it is a nocturnal bird, and nighttime has always seemed mysterious to humans. Owl is a symbol of the feminine, the moon, and the night. It has been called a cat with wings. It has been worshipped as an idol and hated as the reincarnation of the devil. It has been believed to have great healing powers in both North America and on other continents. Because of its association with the moon, it has ties to fertility and seduction, for the moon is the arouser of men and owls. The owl is the bird of magic and darkness, of prophecy and wisdom. To the ancient Greeks, owl was associated with the goddess Athena. So we touched on that in the other story. Many superstitions and beliefs have come to be associated with owls. Owls have been thought of as the reincarnation of the dead. In Wales, the owl has come to be associated with fertility. If heard near a pregnant girl, it indicates an easy birth. The most predominant is that of owl being able to extract secrets. It was believed in ancient Rome that to place a feather or part of an owl on a sleeping person would enable you to discover his or her secrets. Let's see here a little bit more. Does we have like a summing it up? There are over 100 species of owls. They have always had an intimate link to humans. Wherever humans live, so do rodents, the primary food of owls. Because of this, owls live wherever humans live. And the unfortunate part is that many hunters and farmers will kill owls. That's not very positive. What else do we have? There's like pages and pages in this book on the owl. Oh, snowy owl. This is what I put in my piece of art. The snowy owl hunts predominantly by sitting and waiting. They seem to hunt lazily and often appear to be resting. This is far from true. They conserve their energy and they are continually observant, going into action when the opportunity presents itself. This sense of timing is part of what the snowy owl can teach. Its primary prey are lemmings and Arctic hares. Um, so we don't really have a real summing up. There's just like a lot about owl in that book, and it's um, the different kinds of owls and their hunting grounds. Okay, in the power animals, the shaman's guide to power animals, owl is perception, protection, wisdom keeping. Life is about being willing to receive and being grateful for the gift. There are 225 species of owl on our planet. Each is a master of camouflage. The ability of owl to blend into its surroundings, making it practically invisible against the backdrop of a forest, desert, or grassland. Owl is the ultimate observer. Due to its immobile, close-set, forward-facing eyeballs, it has binocular vision. The flexibility of its neck enables it to see everything in a 270-degree range around it. Owl has excellent night vision and depth perception. Furthermore, the bony structure holding its eyes secure amplify the sound waves it hears. Owl's acute hearing, which is 10 times better than ours, helps it hunt in total darkness. It can zero in on even the faintest sound. Its feathery feet, sensitive like a cat's whiskers, help it to detect when it has caught its prey. Its powerful talons can grasp and hold heavy cargo. When owl flies, it is silent because the fringes on its feathers diminish the sound of its flight. Okay, and then this book also talks about the Greek goddess Athena having the owl on her shoulder. Traditionally, Native Americans saw owls as the keeper of wisdom, sacred knowledge, and prophets that could see the future. When secrets were to be uncovered, Owl was consulted. Before battle, Cheyenne warriors would tie owl feathers to their shields and arms in hope that Owl would help them slip unnoticed past their enemies. They would watch Screech Owl for messages that would foretell whether or not they would have victory in their battle. Creek warriors used owl feathers similarly to enhance their night vision and see the enemy before the enemy saw them. Let's see. We have a little. Owl is intelligent and intuitive, a powerful combination. As a power animal, owl teaches you to move forward with a clear strategic purpose, to think before you act. Owl can be the catalyst for change and help you to see the world from a higher perspective. As a bringer of light, it can peer into your inner being and extract details of the reality that you need to know. Owl will show you the futility of grasping at things in your external world for satisfaction and guide you to focus on a purpose. Due to a fallacy that we lack enough knowledge, many of us act paralyzed when confronted with the need for action. This is counterproductive. We are born with the knowledge of the entire universe within us. Our greatest power as humans is our instinct, yet it is the least relied upon. Owl wants you to know that if you heed your instincts, you will always be safe. Do not fear times of darkness. And the energy center for owl is the crown. The mineral is labradorite, which is this just great rainbow, has so many great rainbow colors in it. Labradorite is fantastic. And of course, the element is air. And a few more things here. Powers of owl can help support a different view of unforeseen change or disruption. Awareness from owl. Use your natural intuition to its greatest capacity. Call upon owl to help you to get what you desire. You may be overly protective to the point of aggression, so take it easy. And then there's a little bit more about Aborigines in Australia believed that bat was the soul of man and owl was the soul of woman. That's interesting. The Kiowa tribe of North America and Great Plains believe that owl is the soul of a dead shaman. And there is a saying in Mexico, when the owl cries, the Indian dies, an omen that change is coming. So for me, well, owl has always showed up in my cards in different ways. So that kind of goes way back for me with owl and this ability to see right through situations. But when owl showed up, really the only other time this powerful like owl showing up, it did symbolize death, and so I think I'm really just sensing a lot of change, change, and that line about the fulfilling of prophecy feels really really big for me at this time. So when when owl showed up for me as a symbol of death, I had lost this my beloved Siamese cat. Oh my god, this cat was like, I love this cat so much, and he died. And then we were driving in the mountains. It was a sunny day. It was really windy, and we kind of came up over this sort of, it was kind of like an overpass sort of, and we never saw the owl, but he flew up, I guess, off of the edge of the bridge. He was a younger owl, and he just flew right into the front of our car and died. And then shortly after that, my husband's friend died, and we went to California for his funeral. So it was three deaths. I've had deaths come in threes before, but and not seen owl as a sign, so they did not necessarily go together. But it's a powerful sign for endings and new beginnings, and it feels like that time right now on Earth, and it's going along with other symbols that are showing up for me right now. So I'm going to go down to Texas for the solar eclipse. At least that's my plan right now. So I'm going to make some videos about whatever symbols I can find about this solar eclipse that's coming up, because it feels like it ties in with this owl showing up everywhere. So stay tuned. There's more to come.